Sid says, male 32 Estonia, thank you for that. Says, so nice to see you. Got a PhD update. I have finished all administrative procedures from my side. Now the ball is in the university's court to set a date. Also, on another note, today I give up on woman. Really? Guess we'll be alone and single for the rest of my life. Yeah, well, that's nonsense, right? Are you giving a temper tantrum? It's not becoming a PhD gentleman like you, a smart, intelligent gentleman like you. Obviously, you're pissed off at this maybe latest experience that you had in your girlfriends, and notice the S girlfriends, and you're just reacting as a temper. I want to be alone. It's like no different than having gone to a restaurant and you got a food poisoning and say, I will never eat again. No, you just got to say, I never eat again in this restaurant. That's all. But there are other restaurants that are reputable, good and beautiful. They all could have a little bit of some problem of this and that. Maybe food will be a little bit not so warm, or maybe some ingredients would not be exactly, but generally they're healthy and good. Same thing with relationships. Sometimes they're really toxic. You learn that and stay away from them. But there are always so many wonderful women out there too, and they each, like every human being, could have a little bit of a glitches here and there. Not every time, all the time, every day meeting your standards of satisfaction or expectations. It's about everybody in this world. But then generally overall, it's good. Yeah. So it's a relative world, Sid. It's not an absolute universe to expect perfection in everything. Absolute in everything. Rose has thorn. It's protecting itself because it's so amazingly beautiful and smells good. But it kind of pricks your fingers. I mean, you don't see a use for it, but the rose does. And the world itself's got duality, sunshine and shade. And so it's not an absolute universe that you expect everything to always turn out to be exactly as you want it. It's like a search for pearls. You got to open so many oysters, and many may look like they have something in it. So you go through the action and the energy and open them up, and in the opening you cut your fingers and all that, and you open it, there's nothing there, or a small one there just about to become, it's all waste of time. Definitely it's been proven that there are many millions and millions of oysters that have got big pearls and worth searching, finding and opening them. So same thing, it's not absolute, but that's the world we live in. Don't expect absolute in a relative world. You'll be fine. Otherwise, you'll always have temper tantrum. I decided never eat in this restaurant. I decided never talk to these people. None of them could be a good friend. I decided never be in a relationship anymore. I just want to be alone rest of my life because all girls are this way, that way. You can't say that. The consciousness is constantly dynamically changing with new information and calculations and all that, right? And human being is determined in the value of the information that it accumulates to use it for his survival and thinking and accomplishing his goals by the consciousness. So if the consciousness is constantly dynamically changing, the human being's qualities are changing. So she could be nice one day and not so nice the other day. She could be, honest today, but not so. The cook in the restaurant could be in a good mood, cook a good food, but next day could be too salty. It happens, and that should be expected. But if you go in there expect that every consciousness would be without glitches and all that, it's like expecting every brain should have only good thoughts in them, manufacture only good thoughts. We know that's not happening. We know every single person in this world has intrusive thoughts, bad thoughts, things, weird stuff happening in there. We all know that. But you are the judge, and you are the one who do not let those bad thoughts take in the form of action and don't come to fruition. So we know that thing is part of malfunction, is part of the brain. So we're not going to simply consider that whatever shows up here is true or good. We expect things to have problems. If you expect things to have problems, then you are equipped to handle problems, be alert and aware of it, and not to be bamboozled and take them as if they are supposed to be true because you only expect good thoughts show up. It doesn't. It's like saying only expect all relationship be good. All women would be just this way, that way, perfectly set for your standards. Nah. But you can't say just because there are malfunctions malfunctions, then the brain is useless. Just because there are women or relationships that don't work for you, then all women are this way or that way. You can't say that. It's a relative world from A to Z, including what's happening up here in our own brain. There are malfunctions here, but if you're not aware of it, you'll go crazy. But if you're aware of it, you'll understand that this is part of being a human being. There are glitches, malfunctions in the signaling system, intrusive thoughts, gonna make you think all kind of shit to the point that it can make you feel you're heterosexual, make you feel that, oh, you're gay, you're homosexual, or you will be homosexual, or you've been living in denial. All kind of crazy thoughts shows up that are irrelevant to you. It could be vice versa for somebody else who is actually born gay and is happy, and then suggestions of opposite of it shows up and bothers him that way. You gotta understand that you need to be prepared to understand that the brain can malfunction. And its malfunction is not a reflection on you. And so this world, many things in it is not according to your standards. But that doesn't mean the things that are according to your standards doesn't exist either. Can't be closer than your own brain causing trouble and suggesting obscene things to you, such as when you are one gender, suggests you that no, you're not that gender, you're a different gender. It's very obscene, very uncomfortable, and very untrue and irrelevant. But if you don't know about this possibility of malfunction in your own brain can happen, you'll be uncomfortable and unhappy because you will think that, what's wrong with me? Where's my identity? You gotta focus on the fact that there's a malfunction. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing will ever be wrong with you. You will always be what you were. You will always be what you are. You will always be what you like to be. So don't think that the world out there is any different or functions on a different level than your own brain, or your brain out here functions any different than out there. There are mistakes out there, there are intrusions out there, there are atrocities out there. And same thing here. So you got to be the judge to sift through, just as you find your way through debris and shit and garbage, and you ignore them, you pass by and go to your destination. Same thing. Suggestion and garbage and shit happens here. You just ignore them and focus on what is relevant to you, what is meaningful to you, and follow that, protect that, and you'll be fine. Same thing. A relationship doesn't work out, so what? That's just one relationship or 2 or 10 relationships. There are also relationships that would work out. There are women out there that you would like. Just be patient, continue, steady as she goes until you see the horizon.